All right, I'm going to show you guys how to deal double deck pitch blackjack today. So a little different than regular blackjack, not dealt out of a shoe. You know, we hold the cards when we're dealing pitch. I'm going to start by showing you the shuffle. I know a lot of places we use shuffle machines, but just in case we have to hand deal, hand shuffle for pitch. You break the deck in half. You take the deck on your right, rotate it 180 degrees. Take a half a deck from each side, put it together to make one deck, and then you're going to do a riffle. Strip 5 times, riffle, riffle, put that right in the middle. Take the other 2 decks, riffle, strip 5 times, riffle twice. All right, now we're going to put a cut card in the middle. We're going to break this in half. We're going to riffle this whole thing together one time. We're going to put it on the cut card. And that's our shuffle. Now when we offer the cut to the players on pitch, it's a little different than a blackjack game. We hold the deck down on the table like that, we put the cut card on top. Now when they cut, they're going to take the cut card and cut in the middle like that, and we are going to take the top half, move it to the bottom, take the cut card out of it, right? And then we're going to place the deck in our hand here. So the way you hold cards in pitch is that you're making an L with your hand. You're actually putting these cards in your fingers and you're pushing them up into your hand so that they're at an angle like this if you see it from the side. Cut cards underneath protecting the bottom, right? I'm going to take my other cut card, I'm going to cut this deck about in half. We do 3/4 of a deck here, but you want to do it kind of about in half, somewhere between a half and 3/4 of a deck. So when you hold these cards in pitch, this is one of the most important things, that you're protecting the deck. Right? Underneath, you can't see the cards. If you're looking from the front, you can't see the cards because my hand is covering the front of that deck. You always hold them up here by your chest. When you're dealing, you never want to keep this deck down on the table like that. It's always up, right? And now we pitch the cards to deliver them rather than dealing out of a shoe. So on a pitch game, I'm always taking these, and I'm not going to go through a detailed explanation of exactly how to pitch. You know, you have to learn that from from a trainer or somebody in person, but you want to pitch down. So I'm always pitching the cards down over the spot, right? Pitching down, that wasn't a very good one, but see if we can get a better one there, right? I'm pitching down using that rail as a backstop. The dealer's first card gets dealt face up, right? And then I pitch a second card to everybody, right? All the way around the table. My second card is tucked under the first, and at the end of this, I'm going to show you a segment, detailed segment about how to actually tuck and protect your whole card. That's probably one of the most important things on this game, is that you're protecting that whole card when you're tucking it. Okay. I'm going to go through here and act as the players here, since I don't have a player, but rather than give you a hit and stand motion on pitch, the players, if they want to take a hit, they have to scrape their cards like that for a hit, right? If the players scrape their cards, you deliver their hit card face up. When they want to stay, they take their cards and they tuck them underneath their bet, right? If they want to split or double down, or if they have a blackjack, they turn the cards face up in front of their bet, okay? Let's say this player takes a hit, right? We deliver it face up, they tuck them underneath. If the player is to bust, if they go over 21, they're supposed to flip their cards face up in front of their spot, right? Otherwise, they just tuck them underneath there, right? Same with this player is probably going to tuck, right? That player's probably going to tuck as well. Now, the dealer's going to reveal their cards, right? Dealer has 21 in this case, right? I have to reveal everybody's cards in order to pay, and I do so one at a time. Now on a pitch game, you can do what's called pick and pay, right? I can pick with my left, I can pay with my right. So if I have a hand where I know I'm going to be paying everybody, I can just go ahead and grab money in this hand and be ready to pay. I have 21, I'm probably taking most of these, so I'm going to pick with my left. Right? I'm going to either pay and take with my right, okay? Now, important that on a pitch game, you still have to do everything with this deck of cards in your hand at all times. You have to do a fill with this in your hand. You have to pay and take bets. Even in this first spot, I'm still going to do this with my left hand while holding the cards, right? I can roll them over to use my left hand, I've got the cut card on the back protecting the bottom of the deck. But I always bring the cards back up to the top when I'm done. I don't roll them over any longer than I have to. It comes back to the top. And then I can pick up all these cards with my other hand. Right? Now if a player's playing 2 spots, we pitch to the first spot and we deliver a card to the second spot by placing it in front of it. Right? So I would pitch. That's how we would deliver cards if somebody's playing multiple spots. A player that's playing multiple spots must play their first hand before they're allowed to look at the cards for their second hand. Only exception to that is when the dealer has an ace showing and they're off for insurance. Right? Then the players are allowed to look at both spots to see if they want to take insurance. I'm just going to lock these up real quick. Some other things to note on this game. Our version here, every house has a little bit different rules, but our version you can still split 3 times up to 4 hands. You can double down after a split, but you can only double down on a hard 10 or 11 only on our pitch game. We also have some differences on we hit soft 17 versus standing on soft 17. Like I said, every casino has a little bit different rules, so you need to know the rules at your local casino. But that's the basics of dealing a pitch game. Right? It's kind of a fun game to deal. It kind of moves fast. It's a game where game protection is very important. And like I said, the 2 biggest things are 1, how you hold these cards, make sure you hold them correctly, and 2 is how you tuck your hold card. All right, everyone, we're going to talk about double deck and tucking our hold card. As tucking the hold card is probably the single most important thing when it comes to game protection when dealing double deck. So first, our first card goes face up, right? Our second card has to be tucked underneath. So to do that, you're first going to bring your right hand, the hand that's not holding the deck, all the way down on the table next to that card. You're then going to bring the deck to that hand, okay? That card is going to be, the top card is going to be placed between your ring finger and your middle finger to get tucked underneath this whole card. Right? So it's going to come down, tuck underneath, okay? The object is to make sure that we protect this whole card so nobody sees it. You want to avoid grabbing it from up here and bringing it down, because doing so exposes that whole card when you're bringing it from up here. So you want to make sure you're bringing your hand down first, bringing the deck to your hand, and then tucking it underneath. That way you're protecting it from all sides. You're protecting it from this side, from the person who would be sitting at third base, right? Your other hand is protecting the other side, and of course you're protecting the front of it. So as you can see, when I go to tuck this whole card, nobody can see it.